This is a quote from Picasso: "No style, just thrash about wildly."
So I sing of love, and I sing of peace, and I sing of the pain my soul won't release. So I sing of war, and I sing of death, and I'll be singing till I take my final breath. Try to be respectable, take my suit and wear it well.
Right, Jamie, thank you for talking to us. Now, I listened to your album, The Towers, and the first thing the actual title reminded me of was something really epic, quite mythical. Was there anything about that when you came up with the name?
Yeah, we were looking. The first thing that we thought when we started making the record was to make a big record.
Yeah.
We had the last couple of years we'd done a couple of short EPs, and they were good and they were fun, but it was like you just felt just constricted, you know, and it was like we want to open it out. So everything we wanted to make this as big an album as we could, and so my whole mindset was in that direction.
So you wanted grandeur?
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
exactly, and a certain kind of size to what we're trying to do, and then that was kind of directed the things that I was reading to help influence the lyrics, and it also, influenced the title, which was from, I was reading a poem by W.B. Yeats, and that's where the Towers came from.
That was the actual name of the poem, and you got inspiration from that?
Yeah, that was kind of in the back of my mind, and I was reading this kind of collection of 1930s modernist poetry, because I was interested in that time period, because it reminded me a lot of now, because that was one of the first times when kind of modern life as we start to know it kind of arrived, and even though to us now it looks like on a much smaller scale back then, but poets and people were grappling with the same issues. So yeah, I became really interested in this 1930s poetry, people like Auden, and I got this anthology and I just opened it and started reading it, and then I didn't get very far, and then I just ran to my desk over there and just wrote down the lyrics for the Towers all at once.
Did you have a theme or a narrative running through the songs, or was it, as you said, the songs came and then you sort of you shaped that narrative in?
The Towers is a good example because it's the first song on the album, and it kind of describes the whole world in which I'm trying to put the album in. So that's like a broad view of the world in which the whole album takes place, if that makes sense. So in the Towers you get an overarching look at the world, and then in each song after that it's almost like you zoom in, and the next one you go into The King and it's about this life of this one guy, and then you've got The Last Survivor, it's kind of about an old actor, and so on.
All right, tell me about this world a little bit more then. Maybe let's go through the songs and what they mean.
Yeah, I was very much inspired by a lot of post-apocalyptic worlds, which I know there's a lot of out at the moment, but I don't know, I felt that it hadn't been done quite in the way that I was interested in doing it. And so there's no kind of particular time frame. It's almost like a parallel world where everything is heightened, if that makes sense. Everyone is bigger. Their emotions are bigger, and the characters are bigger. And that's what I was trying to get across to some extent.
How do you think your album's going to be received right now? Because there's a certain sound to the market, I think, right now, and it's quite synthetic. Some might say it's a bit repetitive. So this is totally different. This is a handcrafted, homemade album.
Sometimes it does take a while for people to get what it's about, to understand it. But I kind of do have faith that we've made something that is sincere and heartfelt, and we haven't made it at all with a market in mind. We've made it for ourselves first, and then of course we want to take it out to the world and we want people to like it. You know, it's that kind of big paradox of you make it for yourself, but in making it for yourself, you'll hopefully make something that other people would enjoy even more. I kind of feel like with a lot of artists, newer artists, they're so manufactured and produced that there's no room for genuine stagecraft, no room for genuine charisma. You know, everything's super fast camera cuts and everyone kind of pouting to the camera the whole time. And it's okay, you know, but how much of your time do you want to spend looking at a fashion shoot when you've got music, you've got this great medium? How much of your time do you want to spend doing that? And how much of your time do you want to spend actually getting an honest communication between yourself and the audience, or if you're in the audience, you and the performer? People want things from their performers. You know, they want things more than what they're getting a lot of the time, I think. And that's what I hope to be able to, you know, that's what I'm striving to do. You know, I don't know if we'll be able to do it, but I know what we want to do. So I wrote most of the album in this diary here, or this book. And this is kind of the first time I did it this way. I don't usually do it in one book, but I kind of wanted the album to be cohesive, so I wanted to write most of my songs in one place. And these are my first ideas here. This is a quote from Picasso: "No style, just thrash about wildly." I felt like I'd become, in my songwriting, a little bit too prescriptive, just a bit too much, not accessing that deeper part of my kind of imagination.
Try to be respectable, take my suit and wear it well. Try to be respectable. Try not to let them get to you like they got to me, it's true. Try not to let them get to you. When I left home way a long time ago, my father told me there are things you should know. My life has been a chain of dirty tricks and lies, my victims scattered round with tired, haunted eyes. There ain't no shame like the shame of a guilty man, so keep your innocence for as long as you can. Try to be respectable, take my suit and wear it well. Try to be respectable. Try not to let them get to you like they got to me, it's true. Try not to let them get to you.